You're listening to Enhance, the podcast dedicated to highlighting real stories told by real people.
Okay, here we go. I see nobody in there yet. We'll wait until people are in there.
I'm going to open your stuff to see if it'll...
Yeah.
That's me coming in.
Hi, Gabby. Oh my god.
Hey.
Gabby and I are in the same place, everyone.
It's just me and you.
I know. Oh, there's another person. Oh my goodness. Oh, and they left.
Rubbish. Who was it?
I don't know. They just popped
See,
and
I'm
hopped
nosy. I'm like, I want to know who it is. I want to watch all the followers come in.
Well, for the people that will watch this after the live is over with, hello, Enhance listeners, and thank you so much for tuning back in to an episode of Enhance. We are on our last episode for season 1.
Yay!
Which, yeah.
This is so exciting!
We'll be back, of course. Like, we'll have more episodes come the beginning of next year. So, like, in January, we'll be recording, and then in February and March, somewhere around in there, we'll be posting. And we'll have our website up and running, and we can have an email list and all that fun stuff. And we'll have video on YouTube. So this is the first of many videos that you'll get to actually see our faces while we talk. Yeah. Anyways, well, I guess we'll start talking, though, because we have things to say for Enhance.
How exciting. Honestly, I'm so excited about everything we've done this season, and I really am so excited to see what we keep going with. It's going to be so fun. I don't know what you're doing.
Yes,
also,
me too.
This is the first time we're together in person and on camera.
I know. Well, all right, we've been together in person before, but this is our first time for the podcast being together in person and on camera. Like Gabby just said.
Cool.
Yes.
It's pretty righteous.
Very excited. Oh, righteous. Yes, absolutely righteous.
Oh my gosh.
We have people in the chat. This is for Enhance. For any of you that don't know, we have our podcast called Enhance, Gabby and I. We're the co-hosts. So this is our last episode. We're doing a live for TikTok for our last episode. Hey, you guys should like this so that it has likes on it and boosts to other people. Just saying. Anyways.
Just hint, nudge, nudge.
Oh my goodness.
Hint, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Look at that. We already got some. There we go. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See, I love that for you. I love
it
that for us.
Yes, we are great. We're so
Oh my
popular.
gosh.
Morgan earlier in the live, did you see her when she popped in and was like, "Oh, so he famous?"
That was pretty cool, and I was like really excited to see that there was a lot of familiar faces too.
Yes, there were. Hughes popped in. That was so nice. I love Hughes so much. They have you ever watched any of their TikToks?
No, I'm going to have to now. I'm gonna like their stuff and get on in there.
And so many people also. I mean, you know, if you want it to, you can find love. I mean, even with your... Will my 3-peckered billy goat ever find love? Oh, will your billy goat find love? Honestly, I mean, there are goat lovers out there that love all kinds of goats. So maybe not a partner, but they'll have some fans, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. That was great.
Yes. Thank you so much for that awesome question.
Always a fun time. Always a good time.
Gabby.
Any other random questions?
Yeah, I mean, we can answer all of them. We have, like, infinite wisdom here as podcast hosts, so, yeah.
Infinite wisdom.
Yes. Gabby, did you prepare an icebreaker? Because I did not prepare an icebreaker. This is where we
always go wrong.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's always where we go.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So, we should ask them an icebreaker question.
Yeah, what's a good icebreaker question? I'm kind of
goodness.
excited to see what people come up with.
Oh, I thought we would like ask them. Or are they going to ask us an icebreaker question?
Well, I think we should do it both ways.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Like something that we could answer, but also they could answer.
Yeah, I liked that one that we did the weird would you rather that time. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. You're going to make me come
one.
up with another one?
No, that was just, that was a good one.
I came up with that one on the fly, and it wasn't even that
Would
great.
you rather? Oh my god, somebody said would you rather.
Okay, would you rather what? Oh my god, hi Megan! I love you. She just got home.
Or. Okay, I come up with like
I literally had to explain to Natalie, like, what I was doing when I was, like, she was like, so I heard that part of the podcast where you were gonna murder me. I was like, excuse you, I wasn't gonna murder you. I said that I could not murder you. And I had to explain that she was literally sitting right there.
That is hilarious.
She's
oh my God. Okay, so would you rather, Gabby, would you rather have all, and I mean all of your dreams come true, but you can't tell anyone, cannot tell a soul, and you have to remain anonymous. So all your work, all your dreams out there are coming true, but no one knows it's you.
And I publish them.
Yeah, you publish them, but no one knows it's you. You, like, literally, you're successful, but you can't tell a soul, or it will be taken away. Or, I have to think about it. Or fall in love.
Oh,
deeply, madly in love, like with your soulmate, the love of your life, but then only get to be with him for like a day, or her, for a day.
It would be a him. Sorry.
Which of those?
I'm straighter than a pencil. God. Okay. Well, all my dreams already come true.
Wow.
It's kind of scary. It's not my favorite.
No,
part
I
about
mean
myself.
like when I say dreams, like it's things you aspire for, like things you want to.
I was thinking you were thinking like I fall asleep
no.
and I write these dreams out and people think I'm crazy.
No,
and then the shit comes true. Okay,
like, you're successful, straighter than a pencil. Oh gosh, I hate that. Like, it's very delayed for like when people comment. So sorry if we react to things that you say late. Yeah, sorry, 3-pecker goat dude that asked that question. We probably asked it after you hopped out of the live because you probably did not stick around for it. But that's okay.
A for effort. We answered.
So which one would you prefer? Or which one would you choose? Fall deeply, madly in love with your soulmate, only get to be with them for one day, or have all your dreams come true, all the success come true, but nobody can know it's you?
That's so hard. Because I want to be in love. I like the idea of being in love and like, romance and like all of that.
Yeah. And if time's just an illusion, I mean, really, one day is like art happening every day.
Sam, stop it. I cannot. I probably would actually want to be like super successful, but no one know it's me, because then I still have like money rolling in, and I honestly could just like breathe, and there'd be like $1 million.
And then you could have like a normal dating life,
right?
And not have to deal with the stuff that a famous person.
Not that I'm obsessed with normal dating life, but I mean, it is what it is.
But I mean, like, you could like, like you wouldn't have to, like, if you were successful, I'm thinking you're gonna be famous. So then you wouldn't have to date like a famous person. You could like have a normal dating life.
Right.
Like a normal relationship, like a private relationship.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden be like, and then all of a sudden be like, yeah, I work for the FBI, and like,
dun, dun, dun.
And then it's like, I'm not working for the FBI, they just can't know the other job, but like, then they'll be like, oh, that's why you're gone all the time. Get your bag. Yes, ma'am. I'm getting that bag. Absolutely.
I listened to that in the Manifestation Weird Wednesday whenever you were like going through your Flomilli, like when you're like, listen.
I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am
like,
that bitch. What? I'm gonna go get that bag, and I am not gonna take your shit.
Exactly.
And it keeps going. And I love it. I want to sing that. I sing that song at least once or twice a day.
Yeah.
Good manifestations.
What is my would you rather?
I'm not good at these.
Well, somebody in the comments give me
someone help me. Megan,
rather.
I see you.
BRB, I need to order food.
No!
Order us something
help.
too. Give us food too.
Shoot. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to think so
I need a good would you rather.
This.
Anybody in the comment. I'm not wouldn't mind having all this success without it's just
Right, honestly though.
Yeah.
Cute.
Which I love Taylor Swift. No shame.
Honestly, I would rather wouldn't mind having all the success without stress of being like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Is what that comment said.
We have to remember to like to go live. Okay. Anyways, I don't know. We need to remember to like read comments out loud because it's not going to show the comments after the live is over with.
That's why I'm like
good job.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. Oh, I don't even know. Someone help me. I'm a lost cause.
It's okay. Swifties be great. We are.
Guys, can we just talk about that real quick? The ticket sales.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous.
Hey.
Wait. Would you rather smell like onions or garlic permanently? That's a good one.
Garlic.
Why?
Garlic. I just love garlic.
You're gonna like
I don't know. So, did you know I like to cook?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I put garlic in so much shit. Like, it's not even funny. Because did you know that garlic powder makes up a lot of, like, mixed spices that you have? So it's, like, really heavy in, like, Cajun spice, or, like, you know, anything like Creole spice. Like, it's literally, like, yeah.
As a Middle Eastern woman, garlic is in everything. So much garlic. How many cloves do you like putting in your stuff?
Oh,
or do you just put like
powder? I do powder. Yeah, tons of powder.
See?
I mean, I have used cloves because I like to put I like to eat the cloves like when it's mixed in with stuff.
But, I thought you were gonna be like raw, just
no.
like that. I was about to be like, damn, like that's pretty.
I feel like that would be just as bad as like eating a raw onion. Which, oh my god, okay, so you know I'm a vegetarian, and so for Thanksgiving, my family last minute was like, Sam, you have to cook everything. So I was like, not really. It didn't happen like that. There was a lot of things building up to it, and everybody just kind of dropped the ball, and then everyone just turned and looked at me, and I was like, okay. So I'm in there, and I have to cook 2 things of meat for everyone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not eating any of this. I'm not eating the chicken, the turkey. It was like, no, we had pork and chicken.
So how do you know it was good? Did you taste it?
I mean, I know how to cook, so I just like made sure I seasoned it well. I mean, I used to eat meat, but basically, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make myself something. Get from. Wait, where? What? What? Get front row tickets to Taylor concert or Know Your Soulmate is. Oh my gosh, is this another one for me? Oh my gosh.
Oh my
okay.
god, wait. Read it out loud.
Okay, so would you rather, I just realized what WYR meant. That's what took me so long to read that. So would you rather get front row tickets to the Taylor Swift concert or know your soulmate, who your soulmate is, and when you meet exactly? The soulmate.
The soulmate?
Like, I can listen to Swiftie anytime, any day, and...
Look, my students would 100% say, like the students I'm over, that I manage, they would 100% say Taylor Swift tickets because they would die for Taylor Swift. I am not one of those.
Like that. I love Taylor Swift. I'm a huge Swiftie, but I would not. I don't think I would want to miss out on my soulmate because I was wanting to see Taylor Swift in person. You know,
I would definitely want to meet my soulmate.
Because I can listen to Taylor Swift anytime I want. Like, I'm not bound to listening to Taylor Swift just because, or like, you know, I can still listen on, you know, Spotify's a thing. Sorry, I'm inviting people to come watch. There we go.
Only 15 people invite?
Yeah, it will only let you send something to 15 people at a time.
Okay, wait. Would you rather walk barefoot in every single bathroom you walk into or get food poisoning, like puke just a little every time you eat?
Okay, Ew! we're gonna both answer these now because I'm getting too many. All right, so for me...
I don't know.
I'd have to walk barefoot into every bathroom because I'm from the South and I grew up walking barefoot outside all the time, and that means like into animal pens in your garden, like literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, you know what? My feet, they've already seen it. What's new? What's new?
Ew, but what if there's like shit on the ground?
What's new? Walking in animal pens. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, you've already done that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be disgusting. Can I have do I have socks on?
Is it every bite I eat I have food poisoning, or is it like after one day of meals, or is it like after? I feel like
she said every time you eat, like every time you eat. So I'm assuming that means like eat. You know, like
no socks. Or when it's sticky. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. No.
Obviously, I mean, I know that sucks, but like I can wash my feet off. Like, I can wash my feet anytime I have to walk into a bathroom.
Once a meal, then I would have food poisoning.
Okay.
Because I'll take a little, and then just just swallow it.
Oh my god!
I don't think I could walk barefoot like over shit, or like if there was like, I don't know, like slimy No.
Yeah, I just would ignore it. I have like. What in God's name are y'all talking about?
We're doing Would You Rather.
That's our icebreaker today, Morgan, if you want to give us one. Would you rather slut it out for your favorite celebrities or slut it out for the Twilight characters? Am I right, Morgan?
Oh,
Pitch perfect.
My God.
Pitch perfect. One a meal. Anyways, yeah, so what I was talking about with the Thanksgiving thing, I went and made myself, like, I kept some of the stuff that I mixed into the dressing, which was, like, celery, spinach, onions, like, boiled eggs, stuff like that. And so I made myself, like, a seafood salad so I could have, because I know I'm vegetarian, but on special occasions I'll eat, like, fish. I just don't say I'm pescatarian because I don't want to tell people, hey, I'm pescatarian, and go, oh, so you can have seafood and not put any effort into finding, like, a vegetarian option somewhere. So that's why. But anyway, so I did that, and I didn't realize that apparently, like, I knew you used red onions for certain things and green onions for other things, but apparently there's also, like, a white onion, and, like, what? And so, it was white onions, and apparently they're stronger, and so, like, when I bit into my seafood salad, it was just, like, nothing but onion, and it tasted so bad. Like, yeah, I had to, like, mix all kinds of shit in there to make it stop tasting weird.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Okay, wait. Last, would you rather never eat cheese again or never drink caffeine again? I'd rather not drink caffeine again.
Not
cheese,
drink caffeine.
I have to have cheese in every meal. Like, it's kind of it's an addiction.
Yeah, but honestly, if I couldn't have cheese, I'd probably just go vegan then. Like, I'd be like, that's one last thing. Like, I love meat, and I went vegan because, I went vegetarian because I love
You're telling me right now that if you couldn't have a slice of provolone cheese,
I would just cut out all dairy because I'm only keeping dairy for the cheese. I even like, you know how much I love gummy candies? I've even cut like way back on gummy candies because it's made from animal hooves. So, like, yeah.
What?
You
my mind is I'm learning so many new things today. This is so funny.
Yeah, animal, like, so it's gelatin. So, like, any type of gelatin.
Not the provolone. It's true though. Like, you know what? This is what gets me. And if my friend Natalie's watching, she'll totally understand because I just had this debate with her the other night.
Yeah.
Freshly shaved Parmesan. That shit is on a whole nother level. And I could eat the entire tub. See, they're freaking out too because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so, like, you can get vegan, like, gelatin, but it's not, it's, like, made from this, like, red sea plant up in, like, the northeast part of America. And so, like, it's, like, it likes colder temperature, like, salt water. You're like, yeah, hi. But, aw, that's Maddie. Hi, Maddie.
Hey, bud.
Sorry, the comments are really delayed, just an FYI. So if you, like, whenever you sent that, I did not get it, like, until just now. But, yeah, you can get, like, a vegan, like, it's made from, like, a red plant. And, like, you boil it. There's a girl on here that's
weird.
like, she goes by, like, the Black Forager. She's, like, Alexis Nicole or something like that. She, actually talked about it because she made some homemade. But it's just made from that, and it's, like, really hard. It's more expensive. Could you imagine?
So. I don't know. Is that all chewy candy, or was that just
anything with gelatin in it? So, like, literally all gummy candies.
Oh my god, so I've been eating horse hoof?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's horse hoof, but, I feel like that's, like, cow hoof, like, pig hoof, stuff like that. Yeah.
Absolutely not. And guys, don't forget to keep liking the live so we can continue to try to get more people to come in and hang out with us today while we're on the live.
Yeah.
And we're going to start talking about the podcast here soon. So,
yeah. Well, this is pretty much how our intros always go.
This is literally the chaos.
I normally, like, edit out, like, a good, like, 5-10 minutes, but still, like...
Should we just start publishing all the shit that we cut out?
Well, when we start doing video, that's how it's going to be, because I'm not putting in all that time editing that. God, especially if you get, like, a Zoom one, because Zoom will, like, record it for you and, like, bounce back and forth. Not sponsored. Anyways. So. But, yeah. So fun. All right, well, I guess, so basically what we're going to do tonight is just talk about the podcast, talk about, like, our experience doing the first season of the podcast, what our favorite episodes were, what our dislikes were, what our likes were, what we wish we could do differently, what we're excited for the next season. So, please stick around, comment, ask questions, talk.
Hang out.
Yeah,
chill.
We'll still talk to you guys, obviously.
If there was something that you guys want us to talk about that you liked during the season, if you were a past listener or a new listener that you've just started listening and you would like to ask questions, please feel free. I just, this is a cute little startup for us, so we're excited.
I should have, like, labeled this live, like, tarot readings, because earlier when I did that live, and it was like, come pull cards and chat with me, literally, like, started off with, like, 300 people in it. Like, literally, it's, like, from the get-go.
What did you name it this time?
I just, like, Enhance. I literally named it, like, Enhance Season 1, last episode live. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I literally love that for us. Okay, so I did make little awardees thingies.
Okay, I'm excited. I didn't. So So I'll just
See,
like
you
I'll bum
were
off
supposed to
yours.
do the icebreaker, and I did everything here.
Oopsie. Was I supposed to do the icebreaker? Oh well, we got a good one.
We got some good ones.
We got a good
Honestly,
one.
they are way more creative than us. Oh my
Really?
gosh. Can you guys talk about conspiracy theories? Oh yeah,
podcast.
so
yeah,
we
you
did
wanted to
have
do
Yes, so we did have one episode. I don't remember it off the top of my head which one we did. The icebreaker.
Our icebreaker was the vulnerability episode.
It was the vulnerability. So on the vulnerability episode, if you listen to the first couple minutes, we do our icebreaker on what our favorite conspiracy theories are. And I talked about the Colorado airport and how they spent so many millions of dollars on this airport, but like it's all the tunnels underneath, and kind of went in the depths of that.
And the creepy horse.
The creepy horse with the eyes. It's supposed to be like some devil-related stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like Nazism in there.
You guys talking at the same time.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's me.
This is weird. It's weird. We're in person doing this. This is like
weird. It's fine.
Sister Science.
Yeah, no, it's totally, because that was also going to be mine, but then I had a few that I was like juggling with. I ended up doing not really a conspiracy. It was like kind of a conspiracy theory, but it did not start off. I did it was the back rooms theory. I said back door by accident, but back door is all about like black holes and shit like that. Not what I was talking about, but it's called like the back rooms theory, and it's from Creepypasta. I heard about it from
so
And That's Why We Drink, that podcast called And That's Why We Drink. And it's basically, like, first it just started off as a creepypasta where it was, like, you can glitch out of reality. Where basically, like, because the reason why it's called that is because in video games, there's a back room most of the time in the coding where characters that are, like, if you're playing, like a open world game like Skyrim or, like, any of the Elder Scrolls games, there are NPCs which are, like, non-player characters NPCs. Or something like that. Yeah, and so it's basically they have, like, when they're not on the screen, they have somewhere that they go because they'll be spawning later. And so they just glitch out of the game into these back rooms. And if you put in the code and, like, you're able to hack the game, because it's really common for, like, Skyrim to do, like, a lot of people spend time, like, hacking into Skyrim. Like, it's weird. But anyways, you can go into those back rooms and see those people there. Well, in the backrooms theory for, like, from Creepypasta is that you can glitch out of reality like that. And it started off, like, really, really small, and it just, like, grew, and now there's, like, people that I just, like, put my hand all on your face. And then there's, like, these people, like, that have spent hours, like, it's all over Reddit, where they have built, like, levels and different rooms, and it's just, like, the creativity that was put into it and everything, just creepy. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's really interesting for the fact that...
Thanks for following me,
Love you, Meg. It's really interesting, too, because, you know, you think about... Well, this is maybe just, like, a Gabby thought, but, like, when you drive away from your house, does your house still exist?
The dead cat, like Schrodinger's cat theory.
Right.
Like, yeah.
You know, like, really, does it exist? And I think that would be cool if maybe a weird Wednesday we just did conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea. I like that idea.
I doubt. Yeah. But yeah, so tell us what your awards are so I can bum off of them.
Yeah, so we have a couple here. So the first one is, what is your favorite Gabby-led episode?
You know my favorite Gabby-led episode. It's the culture and conformity.
So that was mine as well.
Yeah, like, that was just a really good episode.
For me, it was in between that and the domestic violence episode. I think we really just covered a lot of great ground there. And if you're interested in checking those out, don't forget to, you know, click our link tree, you know, follow me. I'm at Gabby S80. Wow. On TikTok. So, you know.
Oh, I could have tagged you in this, I think. I probably like in the name.
Next time.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We'll do it on YouTube whenever we post it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you guys can always click the link tree and find us and listen to the podcast and the different episodes that we're talking about today. But I definitely really much enjoyed those episodes because we just covered a lot of really deep ground. So those were mine. Do you have a second favorite?
Well, I mean, like, the reason why I liked that one, and then I guess I can go... what was that? I liked the other one that you did with Tyler because it was, like, he talked about his career change.
Oh, and, like happiness and work-life balance?
He, because it literally went from, like, he was like, I want to do fashion, and now he's, like, in law school.
He very much switched really quickly.
Yeah.
And honestly, his, like, story is one of my favorite... like switcheroo stories that I, you know, have in my back of my brain, because they're just like, he literally just started on a whole different level, mindset, all this. And he had that life change, and here he is, you know, doing law and really into it and very passionate about it and very proud of him.
But I feel like that's something that a lot of people go through. Like, that's another reason why I like that one, was that he, like, I mean, he talked about what everyone does. Like, they tell you when you go into college that, like, what you're doing or what you say you're going to do when you enter your freshman year is not going to be, like, what you end up doing most of the time. You know?
I mean, that's what happened to me.
Yeah, and that's also what happened to me. Like, I started off, like, a nursing and psychology double major. And then I ended up going into, like, film, but, like, communication arts with a focus in digital video production. And I did, like, marketing jobs, and now I work in film. So,
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I actually started in college with a business degree and quickly changed into psychology, literally second semester of freshman year. Then I did psychology, and then I worked in a crisis line, as one of our episodes highlights that. And very much changed really quickly into development and started doing fundraising for school. So... Yeah. I mean, it just, life takes you a couple different ways, and I think that's a really good episode that highlights all of those different changes in life that you may not expect.
Yeah, definitely. Megan said that Tyler is great, and I agree. Like, he has a fun voice. And
it's funny because he actually talks like that. Like, he's very, like, well-poised, very, like, structured.
Well, I like that, like, you could hear, like, his voice was, like, just easy to listen to. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was just a very, like... And this does not, like, I hope this does not come across as an insult, because this is not meant to. But, like, he has a very simple voice. It's just very, like... it's just easy to listen to.
But I think that's what's really going to help him even further. Because, you know, when you come into a job, especially in a legal profession, you need to have that calming, like, tone, the welcoming voice, the welcoming, you know, attitude. And if you don't have that, that sometimes can be a fault in your stars when, you know... Tag.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But, like, it can kind of, like, you know, defeat the purpose of finding clientele. So I think that's just one of his many, many natural talents.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, being approachable and being easy to talk to is a good thing to have in any field, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly. I mean, like, for me, when I talk to people that are mad that my, you know, students call them, you know, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me do anything to rectify the issue. Let me see, you know, if there's anything I can do to, like, help solve it. And we just go and move forward with it, and that's just what it is.
Absolutely. What's your next one?
Okay, next one is favorite Sam-led episode.
Why am I so surprised that you...
I literally read these to you in the car.
Literally, like,
on the way here.
Well, also, you just said favorite Gabby read episode, so naturally the next one would be Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Favorite Sam-led episode. But, like, I was just like... Me?
Wow. Me? Oh my God, I'm on the podcast?
Anyways, yeah, tell me your favorite.
So mine was the confident in your identity and community with Morgan. That was my favorite. And the only reason I really enjoy that is because, like, that was a topic that I really related to, like, kind of in a different way. Obviously, I'm not Black, obviously, but
what? Oh my God!
I mean, some people might not know that. Well, true.
Well, you also we've talked about how you're like.
I'm from the Middle East, so I mean, Morgan, OMG, was it really? Yes, it was, sweetheart. It was one of my favorites because, like, I relate to that on a different level because I'm from the Middle East, and so just like, do I fit in with a lot of the American lifestyle, culture, community, or do I associate more with, like, the Arab community? And it's really a struggle. Oh my God, Tyler, we just talked about you.
We were literally, yes. Let's go back and repeat.
Oh my gosh. But no, so pretty much, I just really related to that because sometimes I don't know what community I'm more connected to.
Listen, I was wilding the fuck out, TF out in that episode. Did I think it would pop off? No. It was actually it's one of our highest, like, episode listens.
I am obsessed with that episode. And I think it just kind of gives, again, just a really real look on a very sensitive topic that people don't like to talk about.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite episodes, too, and it was just, like, I feel like it was a really good, like, you and I had done our intro episode, and then it was, like, a nice next step to, like, okay, we talked about what the podcast is going to be about, now you get to see what it's about, you know, like...
Yeah, it was a good, like, second step.
And, you know, like, we actually had a scheduling issue, and Morgan, like, agreed to do it very last minute. And so that was a very last minute, but it ended up being so amazing.
It was really natural. But LOL, I'm so glad you related to it. Oh no, would you like to do a part 2? I think is what it said. With me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would love to pick your brain. I think it would be so much fun, especially just like culturally the differences would be fun to look at.
Also, love the ladies. Yeah.
Lady
Me and Tyler get on.
Oh my god, you and Tyler would be like phenomenal.
Oh
honestly.
my gosh, Tyler, if you're still in there, we were just talking about how like we love your voice. Like how we like our 2 favorite Gabby led episodes are the ones that you're on. So like
literally, I honestly that was my favorite led episode if he's still here.
It's okay. It's alright.
Yeah. So was that also yours?
No, well I mean I'm gonna
favorite Samm.
So it's really stuck between 2 since you said that one. I'm gonna say my other one.
Yeah.
So it's the dating and adulthood with Kiera.
Okay, I really like that one too.
Such a literally such a fun episode. That's something that like those 2 episodes with me and Morgan, we're like a like you know how you just have people that you just like work that you like work really well with. It's like dream team, you know, like
dream team.
Morgan is one of those people for me too. Like it's very like we've worked in film together. We've done photo shoots together where I've like photographed her. Like we hype each other up. So like that episode was just fun. I mean, that's what a normal conversation between me and Gabby ranting about like Gabby. That's what a normal episode of me and like Morgan, or like a normal conversation that Morgan and I would have, just ranting about life.
But see, that's what we want. We always talk about how we really want to keep the podcast as real as possible.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, but
Anyways, no, the dating and adulthood. I forgot that I was like. That's why I was like, wait, hold on. I ran down a rabbit hole.
Oh, it's okay.
But the dating adulthood was a lot of fun because Kiera and I, once again, she got to. That's just. Okay. Morgan said? Aw, that's so sweet. I agree, though. Samm and I work well. Samm and I work well together. Yes, we do.
And then Megan said, "Did you guys do one on trauma and working through it?" So we've been doing through a lot of episodes on specific traumas. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if there's like a more general trauma topic that could cover. I'm not sure if we've done something in that regard.
I feel like the vulnerability episode, we talked a lot on that. We talked a lot on like working through like.
I actually think that's another one of my thingies. So actually, I put like an award in here for like the episode that made me the most nervous, and it was the vulnerability episode. And I know in the episode I fully said like I'm even scared to say things on the podcast. Like I want to be open with people, but then I also want to do it slowly because I'm also just so nervous in the sense of like sharing my trauma. Yeah. And how that is going to be reacted to by our fan base or, you know, whatever we end up creating here with you guys. I'm so excited. Yeah.
So just basically the dating and adulthood episode, the reason why it was my favorite is because it was a cool topic to talk about, and I had been wanting to talk about more like fun topics like that. And Kiera and I are also like a dream team. Like we just talk and have good conversations. So, but with the vulnerability episode now to like bounce back, I think that's a good like point because whenever you start doing something like this and putting yourself out there, or just putting yourself out there in general, like even if it's not in a like content creating like or like podcast kind of way, you have a lot of things that run through your head on like what are people going to like, what are people not going to like. If I'm like vulnerable and show the side of me, are people going to eat it up?
Or are they going to hate me for it?
And
I mean, you have to find the balance, 100%. Yeah. And I think I was just trying to be honest on that episode. Like, obviously, there's a lot to me that a lot of people don't know. And so, like, sharing it on a, bigger platform that's more public is a little nerve-wracking for me. So that episode made me a little nervous just because I was vulnerable. But I'm surely glad I did it because I think it made a really good impact on people.
Definitely. Megan said that we're like generational in reference to the trauma episode, and then like parents resume and how it affects children that become adults. And what's actually interesting is that the day that Kiera and I recorded the dating and adulthood episode, we were actually supposed to record an episode titled "What My Parents Didn't Teach Me." and it was going to be our first threesome episode, where it was going to be me, Gabby, and Kiara, because Kiara and Gabby are also really good friends and also have those great conversations. But unfortunately, Gabby had something that kind of happened and was not able to be on that episode. So it was a very last minute topic change.
It was definitely a last minute change, and I do really want to revisit that topic. But to kind of continue the vulnerability here. So what happened is that I was getting text messages that morning that one of my best friends was not answering their phone. And so we ended up figuring out literally right as we were about to start recording that he passed away. So it was really hard, and I was like, you guys, I can't do it today. And I had to turn it off. So, but yeah, I would love to revisit that topic and make sure that we can cover that in detail.
And we also, if it's okay to talk about that so my best friend from back home, where I'm from, we did a grief episode. And we both talked about she's lost 2 family members, and then I lost a family member, and not a best friend, but a very, very close friend that meant a lot to me dearly. And we had we had a very short friendship, but in the time that I knew him, we had gotten very close, and he just had really helped me see things very clearly in my life at where I was during that time. And so I think that would be a cool episode to have again, a part 2 once you're ready and once you feel like it's appropriate. I think that would be cool to visit and just talk about your experience with it, because you reacted finding out very differently than how I reacted, but you were also really close, a lot closer with him. And I feel like you guys were friends for a lot longer too, weren't you? Mm-hmm. So I feel like that would be another really cool perspective, because I was the only person that brought that having a friend pass to the table, because my friend Olivia had only family members really, where now there's another perspective on what do you do when you lose someone that you may not have that family claim to, you looked at them like family, you've known them for a long time, but what do you do? How do you, and so I think that would be really cool.
I think it'd be awesome to dissect that at a later date, maybe in season 2, probably towards the end. I think it'd be really cool to highlight that experience, because it was definitely, and still currently is very...
that was very recent. That was
shocking.
Last month, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But we're good. Oh, Sam, I miss you. Anyway, but I don't get to see you,
I know.
But, yeah, so I would definitely love to talk about that in another episode, just because the saga continues, and I would like full detail, just to know what and what not to share too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your next one?
Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, the next one is, what episode did you really want to be on? You can answer
I thought
first.
that... Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you were asking me, so I was like, okay.
First.
Well, no, you can go ahead, because you wrote out yours. I'm answering right now, on the fly.
No, you can go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
The one that you and Natalie did, because I used to
the nursing one?
Yeah. I used to work in a hospital during COVID.
That's right.
That was something that watching, because she talked a lot about how the process was during COVID and how there were limitations. And part of my job was to get people a lot of people don't realize in a hospital, imagine everything that's happening physically also has to happen digitally. So in the hospital system, things have to be updated for patients' charts and things like that. So every single time that she was talking about on her end what was happening, my brain immediately went digitally what was happening in the hospital, administratively. And I thought that was very interesting, because one of the biggest challenges during COVID was L&D patients, labor and delivery patients, because they were typically someone who is having a baby will have their partner/spouse and their maternal figure in the room with them.
Right.
And they were limited to one person. So it's how do you make that decision? What do you choose?
Who do you choose? Your spouse that it's their first baby, maybe,
Yeah.
or, experience, or your mom.
And then some hospitals were even doing you could only have family in there with you. And so what happens when you don't have a stereotypical family? What does that look like? Because there was one episode that, there was one time whenever I was working at the hospital that I immediately thought of, where this woman came in and her doula was with her and had been there with her through the whole thing. And we had issues getting it okayed for the doula to go up with her.
What?
Because she was not blood family, and the father was on his way, but was going, it happened so unexpectedly that like the husband wasn't going to be there in time. So it's like she would either have to choose have no one in there with her and let the husband come up whenever he got there, or let the doula come up and the husband not be able to be in there.
That is so traumatic. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I wish
yes.
you could be on that episode now. Maybe part 2 to that episode.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I just thought that, but I mean, I think that it's for me, I feel like it would have just been a lot of like, this was stressful, but for Natalie, I feel like it was really good because it talks about like I love the part where she like more detail. Yeah, and it was also a lot more like emotional. Like she talked about like bonding with your patient and like being like the importance of feeling comfortable with the people that you're with when you bring another life into the world. So
yeah, no, 100%, and that's just like a scary thing to go through too if you don't. You don't know what to expect sometimes. So I think that would be a cool episode to like get a part 2 on.
Yeah.
Mine were either the confidence in your identity and community episode, which we kind of talked about earlier.
Yeah.
But also the dating in adulthood as well, because it is a shit show, and I would love to compare and contrast.
It's brutal out here.
Damn, it's brutal out here. Ba-na-na-na-na. Okay. No. Okay, so another one I had was your favorite Weird Wednesday.
Do you want to go first?
You can.
I feel like we might have. I don't.
Should
I want to
say
hear
it
yours. I want to say yours. No, I want to hear yours.
Why?
You tell me first.
Mine was the mirrors and manifestation episode.
Okay, that's like a really close second. I'm very torn. That's why I was like.
Well, because I think your first one's your spooky stories,
yes,
right?
the horror hump day.
See,
that was like a fun episode.
That was a great episode. That was a great
I hated,
episode.
like, I felt like, I mean, I was, obviously, because it was telling, like, my scary stories, and I was talking for so long, but your commentary was everything. Like, whenever sorry, that was like, literally, everything. There was one point where I was like, started hearing children laughing, and Gabby's like, nope! No, literally was like, nope, and just started screaming nope over me trying to tell the scary story.
It was intense. Like, I remember just, like, because I've heard some of these stories before, maybe a little, like, out of order, because when me and Sam are talking, it's like ADHD, so it's just what it is. So it's just like crazy. But when he was like putting it in order and like really sharing those like details, like deep details, like some of them I missed or like forgotten, and so it was just like all connecting dots for me, and I was like,
I remember, and then the birds. Oh my gosh, yeah, I cut that out. Like, do you want to like?
Oh my god! So literally, Sam's telling the story. What part were we at? Do you remember?
I think it was one of the parts where like where I was like, all right, this is where it really started to pick up.
Yeah,
and you were like,
I was like,
you're like, it hasn't picked up yet.
Well, yeah, and then I think you referenced a bird or something.
No, I was like, and then we heard some, like, it was the little boy behind me in the window.
Yeah.
And I was like, and literally I paused and I just like looked past Gabby on the FaceTime and was like, Gabby, and she was like, what's behind me? What's behind me? I was like, well,
because I kept hearing voices or like something behind me, and lo and behold, we cut this out of the episode, which again, this could be a great just like random snippet we put back in, but it was so funny because I opened the blinds and there was like 30 birds like rated on. Well, that's what you said.
I literally kept seeing like shadows move around.
Well, I think it's birds,
yeah, I was
Gabby.
Like, no, I literally was like, I'm so sorry, Gabby. I was like, but this is so distracting. You have like birds in your window behind you.
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
And you're like, you're like,
I was losing it, and I literally like pull the blinds, and there's like 30 birds,
and
not only floating in front of the window,
like,
but like
on the freaking like
grate, like on the grate of the window, because we have like a little like, I don't know, it's like a metal grate, pretty much. Not bars. I mean, feels that way. Anyway, but no, it was literally like 30 of them, just like, and I was like. And I was just
she's making it sound like they were literally like little house sparrows. If you don't know what little house sparrows are. They were ravens, like literally.
There was house sparrows. There was, yes, bitch, there was a lot of damn birds on my grate. I think I even saw a cardinal at one point. Like there was.
The whole witch bird category was coming out to you that day. Like all of the witches familiars were coming out.
Is someone here? I was like, what is going on?
It was all them spirits coming to listen to my story. They were like, oh, that's about us. They were like,
my god, they felt called out. They felt called out and wanted to come on me.
Yes.
And they possessed 30 birds. And I was like, oh my god.
AK sent you. Hi, AK. Well, I say AK. It says Anna Catherine, but like AK. So that's. But yeah. So but that was probably my favorite. Was because of your reactions. Like you just made it so like.
I was so scared that entire. Like you were telling the story, and I was sitting there like this.
Yeah. Also, as you know, I love to talk about myself, and that was like I got to sit down and talk about all the scary shit that happened in that house in one sitting.
And that was a
and
long
someone
episode.
had to listen.
How long was that episode all the way? It was
like
an hour.
It was a normal it was over an hour, but it was like a normal Weird Wednesday.
I can't remember. Here, I'm gonna look because I want to know hour by hour how much you scared me.
But yeah, if anybody else wants to know the other Weird Wednesday topics that we had, like our first one was sleep paralysis and dream interpretation. And then also
36 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was over an hour.
Yeah, it was a.
But I mean, that's a normal length for our Weird Wednesdays.
Yeah, no, our Weird Wednesdays tend to be longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that. Then we did the astrology and chakras. And then we did the ghost series.
Mm-hmm. Hump Day, horror Hump Day. Because it was for Halloween.
Yeah, and then we did manifestation and mirrors.
That was a fun one.
That one was my favorite because it was just like so ironic at the time talking about it and just like having it match up to my life. I was like putting shit together. I was like freaking out.
You're like that woman that's like seeing the numbers and she's like, you know, like the meme where she yeah.
Yeah, literally my entire existence. It was just like a very interesting time, and it was just funny that it like really connected with my waking life.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We also had a tendency to line up a lot, like without meaning to. So whenever I was like, hey, I'm doing sleep paralysis for this next episode, Gabby was like, I'm doing dreams. And I was like, can you get more specific? And she was like, well, I'm specifically doing dream interpretation. And I was like what? And then the next one, I was like, I'm doing chakras. She's like, I'm doing astrology. And then like in the live, or like in the episode, we both found out like that there was that they both got like whitewashed and then used in like psychology early like in the 1900s, and so it was just weird.
It's very much it's kind of interesting in psychology just in general. There's a lot of spiritual connection that they used to create some of their theories when they were first starting out, because psychology is still a newer science. It's the newest science, you know, since biology. Like it's pretty, like it's fresh out, you know, off the old block. So it's just kind of interesting to see how the science developed over time, and even just like randomly throughout spiritual life. Yeah.
And I think that like also goes to show like that's because, you know, there's a lot of stipulation around like psychology.
Yeah.
Like where people are like, oh, like, and you know,
it's
people used to always make the joke where it was like you just lay on a couch and the therapist asks you, well, how does that make you feel? Like, you know, but it's like, it's grown a lot. We know a lot more. Now. Yeah, we know a lot more than what we used to.
We have this thing called the DSM-5. It's intense, bro.
I think it's Carl Jung or whatever was like a...
He kept popping up. I was like, Carl! Hey, Busty!
Yeah, he was a psychologist from the 1900s that like we both touched on at different times. And I was like, what? Yeah.
I was like, is that the same one? Yeah. It was a really wild time.
Yeah. Wilding out. What's the next one?
The last one I have. What would you like to see going into season 2?
Yeah. You guys also start answering that. That way, by the time we finish talking, we'll see your answers in the comments, too.
Yeah. Season 2. What would you
like
to
likes.
See?
But,
yeah, give us likes. Give us love. I would love to see more fan interviews. So, like, people that listen to us coming in and, you know,
DMing us.
Interview, DMing us, anything. I would love, because in the domestic violence episode, Caitlin is actually a fan of the podcast and reached out to me individually because she's a friend of a friend, but she's also my friend now. And she was like, I would love to spill the beans. Like, I need to be able to get this off my chest.
And also her story was just like a really great like thing to talk about. Like,
and I mean, and she, you know, she was nervous at first, but she really did want to get it off her chest and into a public platform to help other people that are having the same issues or going through something similar. And we tried our best to work with her, and we made that episode really successful. So I would love to do something like that again. If a fan wants to reach out to me personally or Sam personally, we would love to make that, you know, a journey for you guys and add it to the podcast.
Definitely. Mine's a little on the other spectrum of like, you know, but what I'm excited for, because we already have some in the works, is more of your like not so like, oh, this was traumatic and I dealt with it, but like more taboo topics. Because like I have a friend, and I'm not going to say their name because they're going to remain anonymous whenever we do the podcast, but they do like, they are not, whenever I put this out there, I'm just going to say the words and hopefully TikTok doesn't, like, flag it, but they're not a prostitute. Just going to say it right now. But they do legal sex work. And they do, like, webcamming and things like that. And I think that is so fascinating and so interesting. And I'm so excited to have them on the podcast and to talk about their experience doing that. Because that's just, it's fun. That's like such a taboo thing. Like,
no, that's really cool.
Like
I'm
cool
actually
career.
really interested to see how that goes.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk more about things like that too. That's just like kind of lighthearted, like fun, like interesting, like weird stuff. And like also more like, I would love to do another dating episode, let you and Kiera just do another dating episode, because I think it's just, the topics like that are just like, those are the fun, like, okay, like if you're binging the podcast and you just got through a really hard, like, wow, this was talking a lot, like the grief episode, it would be nice to be able to follow it up with something fun. And like, like, this is a fun topic to bring it lighthearted again.
I feel that because every episode I feel like I always like started it with, I know this is a really hot topic, but we're going to do a fun icebreaker to try to like lighten it up, because we do have a lot of good serious topics that people do want to, talk about, put out there. And we're more than happy to do that. But I do really enjoy the fun taboo ones as well. So if you want to bring that up, anyone wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Super excited to do that.
Definitely. I'm also excited because we're going to have our enhanced blog started, which is fun. Like, you'll be able to read things about stuff. And we should have our subscription list ready. So, like, to where you can subscribe to emails and get, like, email updates and things like that. So that's going to be fun, too.
Yeah. And we always, appreciate a like, a comment, subscribe, follow, especially subscribe and follow so you guys get those notifications that our episodes are up too. So those can also help if you didn't want to get an email. That's a great way to keep following us and keep updated.
Absolutely. And all those great things.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for. Oh, and we'll also have like merch. We have stickers that we're going to sell on our website come next season. So probably even before next season starts. It'll probably be up before the end of this year. I just have to actually keep working on it and get it
so
finished.
Excited.
It looks cool now though, like our website so far, from the back end at least. So
I bet it looks great from the front too.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, we're so
goodness. Sounds like nobody else has commented anything. So I guess if nobody else has anything they want to add or any questions they want to add, I guess we'll wrap her up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into our our final episode of season 1, our live, and obviously, like, you guys are in here, but if you didn't get to watch the full thing, and there's also people that just listen, and we did not, this was completely a surprise thing. We did not plan for this at all. We were just like, we're going to do it, and, didn't tell anybody, so there's no posts about it or anything like that, so we did not expect we didn't really want a lot of people.
We wanted it to be a very intimate
thing.
Like,
we still wanted it to be, we can ask questions, we can interact, and that's fun, but Anyway, so the people that, if you didn't get to hear all of it, they are going to be posted on our normal platforms, and you can watch the video on YouTube too. So
yeah,
face reveal. Oh my god,
that's what she looks like.
What? Holy shit!
That's always my favorite thing is face reveal.
Oh my god,
she's real. She's not wearing a mask.
Yeah. But yeah, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and being here. You guys are awesome, and we love you very, very much. We got 4.2 thousand likes, so that's awesome.
Love you.
All right, bye. If I can get it to end.
Enhance your peace,
your joy,
and your existence.
Do